about robots taking over medicine? Because they can't make errors.
I don't think. I think a part of medicine is so human. It's so social. It's like.
But that's the thing with robots, isn't it? They look the same. Well, they're trying to make them look like humans.
But I don't think the empathy and the sympathy and like the other qualities or the social skills that you need to have as a doctor.
But that's now, innit? I'm on about like when this fully becomes normal, like, and obviously the people that have grown up with these sort of doctors won't actually have known about the social or anything like that.
Yeah, but I don't think I agree with that. I think you need both to be a good doctor. I don't think just knowing your crap or like just
no, but it could be social, but just like in a different way to now, or it could be the same thing. It's just the robot.
And also, like, have you seen iRobot, right?
Yeah.
And like when like the little like the car accident happens, the robot saves. It's a Will Smith that he saves because he had a better percentage chance of living, and the little girl dies because she didn't have a. But if that was a human being, they wouldn't scan a probability percentage. You would try. If I was in that situation, it's like a very ethical dilemma, but like I would try save both people, especially the little girl, because in my head she has a longer like lifespan. Like in a doctor's head, you're like, oh, she's a child, she's probably gonna live longer. Do you know what I mean?
I get that, yeah.
Or like even in my head, like I would try save both of them. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't scan and be like, oh, he's gonna die.
But that is smart though.
It is, but I think
because they've already seen.
But that's the human.
No, but you get what I'm saying though. Like they already know that she's gonna die. That's why he's saving the other girl.
Yeah, but why would you give up? I wouldn't. Even if I knew that this person had like a really bad probability, I would still try and save them unless they expressed their own like personal wishes, being like, I really just want to go home, like further treatment vibes. Like obviously patients have autonomy. But, like, in my head, I'm going to be like, I want to make it as easy for the person going through whatever they're going through. And I'm going to try and preserve their quality of life and longevity of life for as much as I can. Like, that is my job. Like, as the human in me, like, the person that's like, I just want to be kind and a little bit. I always say this to you, so I feel like a little bit of kindness.
Even for, like, surgery and stuff. Like, I think
that is fair enough. I feel
smart.
like robot assisted surgery is coming up a bit more, and I think the precision of that and the accuracy of that makes sense. That I think is great.
Because even one small tear.
Yeah, but I think that's I think is a good thing in the sense that you're kind of improving the accuracy of surgical medicine, which is fair. But if you're talking about like doctors like being GPs and like family medicine doctors and stuff, I don't rate that very highly personally. I think there's a level of like social interaction, like building trust with your patient to be able to get them to open up with you, especially when you're taking a history from a patient. When you go to the GP and they ask you a bunch of questions and stuff. Yes, you do.
But yeah, but it's not like I never felt like a social connect to any of the doctors I've ever had.
I mean like they're still trying to like we're taught to like
you can't. I feel like you're taught not to.
No, but it's like trust and
not
open
to have that
communication.
sort of close bond. I feel like
it's not a close bond. It's just like I want you to trust me enough so you can tell me the relevant information. Because talking about your health is a really private thing. Like you don't want to just tell random people how you're feeling. Like that's just not how it works. So it's awkward even when you go to a GP surgery and like my job is try and make you comfortable enough to be like, actually, this is what I'm feeling and can you really help me? Do you know what I mean? I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm making a relationship with this person that extends like past that. That's not the point. Like my job here is to like make you comfortable enough to talk about your health in an honest way. And I feel like I don't think right now it's not like great. Like I think doctors are really on time constraints and they can't sit there and really take out everything they want from a patient, especially in GP surgeries and the NHS and stuff. But
they're very overworked at the moment.
Yeah, but I mean, like from my medical school education, I know that every doctor went through the same teaching, is that you try your best to make a patient feel comfortable and give them like the time of day. Like even with your body language and like the way you're listening to them, like you actively listen, you actively let them speak when they need to speak, you give them pauses. Like we literally get taught communication lessons. Do you know what I mean? So it's like that I don't think you can teach an electronic robot to do.
No, you program it to be.
Yes, you can. No, you can program it, but I don't think it would be the same. Like, it would never be the same. In my opinion, I don't think it's a comparison. Like, even if it's got all the right programming to be able to do said things.
Yeah, but
I don't think it's going to feel the same. It just wouldn't feel the same, is my point.
But you don't know that, though, because it hasn't...
Yeah, but I just
That's the thing. You
don't
won't know the
think-
difference,
but
bro.
I don't
That's how good
think-
it will be when
yeah,
I'm talking about
But
it.
you know when like even like the movies that we've seen, especially iRobot, I go back to it. It's like it's programmed not to have emotions. They don't have emotions.
But we're basing it off a movie though.
Yeah, but if you give robots
You've
emotions,
seen other movies that have emotions.
Yeah, but if you give robots emotion, it causes problems. That's the whole point. Like
you don't know that either though.
Yeah, but
bro.
if you get to that point, no, it does. Like, come on.
I've not seen a movie where it's.
Do you remember Endiran?
I
That
think
was problematic.
Realistically,
that was problematic. That movie was problematic.
You could argue the same thing for a human. Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't understand.
All humans have emotions, and that can also lead to bad paths anyway.
Yeah, that's why it's even more dangerous to have something mechanical have emotions. Like, yeah, I have emotions, but like I'm not like armed to be able to like hurt someone. Like I don't know how to explain it.
I don't think the robots, but that's the thing.
You know my point. Yeah, but even that, it would still like not. I don't think it would. It would be like robots taking over the world. I feel like, and I don't love the idea.
That is how it's going to be, by the way. Because like even now, we order on screens on McDonald's, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
we don't talk to humans.
Deep, though.
It will get to a point where there will be no people working in McDonald's.
That's true.
It'll all just be fully robots or electronics.
Oh, it's so weird to think about, though. I mean, in Mackey's fair enough, but I don't think in healthcare.
I literally just told you about the surgery, bro. That it will get like that.
No, robotic surgery is fine.
Artificial intelligence.
But I'm talking about, like, I don't want to go to a GP clinic and talk to a screen.
It's not, bro. That's not what I'm saying.
Yes, you are.
No, that's literally not what I've been saying. I've said it will look exactly like a human, sound exactly like a human, act exactly like a human.
A humanoid.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be exactly like that, and you won't be able to tell. Because it's that natural, it will get to that point instead. I don't know if we'll be here, but we'll get to that point
I hope I'm not.
in life that there'll be.
I'll be out of a job if that's the case. And
but that's already happening though.
But but
it's happening for everyone, bro.
Yeah, but it's not really in healthcare. Like Dad always says, it's the one profession that you're guaranteed a job at the end of it because everyone needs doctors. Like in the world, we're shortage of doctors. You can always afford to have more. Is my point.
Yeah, that's because we haven't got any of these robots popping up yet. But once we have that, Elon Musk, shout me, yeah? No. Once we have that, then we'll probably start...
Not a fan of the idea, I'll be honest.
Yeah, right, fair enough. But
I'm just going to be honest.
Let's move on from that then. I feel like we've had a nice debate about that.
Clearly, we agree to disagree.
Yeah, because, anyway.
Would you rather talk to a robot than a human? Genuinely.
You won't be able
Even
to
if
tell.
It looks like
you won't
a human.
Be able
Yes,
to
but
tell.
you know. But you know in your conscience it's not.
I just said you... Oh, but you know.
You know. Like, no, you know. You wouldn't be able to tell, but, like, you know you're going to a clinic where they're run by robots. Like, you know that already. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so then I can tell.
Yeah, that's my point. No, I'm saying, like, if they, like, electrolyze everything, then you know that's happened in the world. Would you be comfortable?
Yeah, bro, it's a, like...
I wouldn't, personally.
It's... especially if it's, like... on tap, as you said, everybody's overworked and stressed. If there's somebody, because he's not going to get tired either. He's not going to be fed up. He's always going to be like, yes, I'm here for you, tell me what's good.
Yeah, but then if they don't get tired, they don't get fed up, they don't have emotions. That's the point I was trying to make.
Oh, anyway, let's move on.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, yeah, maybe they don't get overworked, like, physically, because they're, like...
Yeah, but they'll still have emotions that eventually...
That doesn't make sense.
How does that not make sense?
If they don't get fed up, being fed up is an emotion.
No, I'm saying, like, tired. Like, they won't have the tiredness
Physical
of human.
exhaustion.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about.
But, like, you saying them not getting fed up is, like, an
not
emotion
fed up, like, so you're admitting doctors get fed up?
No.
Okay, right then. So then what are we on about? I meant tired.
Maybe I'm not a doctor. I can't speak for doctors, but...
It's been a nice debate, to be fair.
Fair enough.
But I think agree to but how varied are the mindsets at university? Because, like you mentioned before, a lot of 18-year-olds, 20s.
Nobody's 18 in my year.
I'm saying in general, bro, because you speak to everyone outside of your year as well. It's not like you just speak to your year.
I think you think I'm way more sociable than I am.
Yeah, I mean, you're an extrovert, to be honest. I'd say you're an extrovert. You're not an ambivert.
No, I think I'm more, like, extrovert with the people I like, and then more introverted when I don't like the people.
But...
I mean, I'm, like, outwardly, socially, like, okay. But I think that's a coping mechanism for, like, social anxiety.
You speak bare, bro.
That's my coping mechanism for social anxiety. I don't think that's, like...
That counts, though.
Fair.
Because nobody's going to know if it's just, like, you're putting it on just because you want to fill the gaps.
I get uncomfortable.
Everybody's like, oh, she's talkative, that's calm.
I get uncomfortable. No, people think I talk too much. Like, it comes across really badly sometimes.
Like what?
I'd be not...
What's the maddest uni story?
That I have?
Yeah, no, just in general. What's the maddest thing that somebody's done in uni?
I have no... I don't really hang
Working,
out.
mainly.
I don't really hang out with people that do crazy crap.
Okay, alright. What do you do to, like, chill, then? With, like, your friends and stuff after, like, a long day? Is that a weekend sort of thing?
We, like, work after we finish uni. That sounds so sad. But, like, we do...
We do more work!
No, but, like, we, like, for example, there's this, like, for anyone aspiring to be doctors, like, or, like, wanting to be in medicine, this is really useful tool called PassMed. It's not an advertisement for PassMed.
Sponsored.
But PassMed is kind of, like, you have a question bank, and then you have, like, a high-yield textbook and stuff, so it links everything together, so you can kind of go through questions that are, like, based off cases. So it'd be like, oh, an X-year-old person came into your clinic, and they presented with blah, blah, blah. And so we kind of, we put it on the, like, TV, so you could attach a laptop to HDMI and just put PassMed on, and we kind of just go through questions together.
Flashcards? Kind of.
Not like Anki. We used Anki a lot in first and second year, which is like flashcards. And some people still use Anki to revise. I kind of mainly used it in first year, a little bit in second year, but I picked up other revision, like, skills across second year that worked sort of better for me, like understanding the subject and then sort of consolidating it with some flashcards after. This year it's more like just learning off, like, question-based stuff, like recognizing patterns in cases, patterns in presentations. So we've kind of been, like, doing, like, a lot of PassMed together after uni. That's not what we do to relax, but
Sounds like it.
We kind of then just, like, make dinner together. Like, my group of friends will make dinner together. Everyone takes turns cooking.
Yeah.
And we'll just, like, kind of chill and have dinner together, wind down, like, not do any work while we're having dinner, talk amongst ourselves.
Not about work.
Not about work, yeah. And then we've been playing Mario Kart a lot on the Wii as well, as a form of relaxation.
Big up the Wii, back in the day.
That was fun. I mean, yeah, because one of my friends bought the Wii from, like, back home and had, like, 4 controllers, so it kind of worked out really well. We've kind of become, like, obsessed with trying to beat each other at Mario Kart.
Yeah, valid.
We also did, like, Christmas dinner together, like, before we came, like, we did a little thing there, Secret Santa, like, you kind of just, like, come up with ways to, like...
Little bits and bobs here and there.
Do stuff together. Yeah, we went to, like, laser tag for one of my friend's birthdays. Like, special occasions, you know, you will actually go out and do something.
Right, yeah.
We've also, like, hiked to the cliffs and stuff because we live in an area where you can do that. Like, it's a nice place. You've seen it. You've come out to where I live. And it's, like... That's a nice thing to do because hiking's exercise, so it kind of takes you out of, like, your normal routine and you're getting fresh air and exercise as well. We went to karaoke at a local bar, which was fun as well. I sound tone deaf is what I learned from...
You sang?
I sang tone deaf, like, I can't sing is what I learned from that.
What did you sing?
So we have a group song called, I think it's called What's Up by Four Non Blondes. It is called What's Up.
But no, leading on from that though, so how was the education, like, transition from a heavy COVID period? Because in your gap year it was 2020, wasn't it? And then 2021 September, Queen Mary's University, doing medicine.
Yeah, it was weird.
Quite the transition, I'd say.
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, for me, it was kind of okay because, like, where I'm based, like, the COVID laws were more lax in 2021 by the time I got there. Compared to, like, the UK.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it was nice to, like, sort of get out of being in COVID.
Yeah, I get
what you
mean.
so drastically different, but I was lucky that we had most lectures, like, were starting to be in person.
Did you have any online?
A few in the beginning of the year, I think. Yeah, I think FunMed a couple of weeks were online. It's not fun, by the way, guys. FunMed is not
Why? Fundamentals of medicine, guys. Fundamentals.
Yeah, but it's, like, abbreviated to FunMed a couple weeks. It's the first ever module I did in uni.
Is that so? Is your stuff the same for every medicine course?
No, probably. I mean, each medicine course probably has their own layout, but it's probably similar. As in, like, you learn the same things, but they're probably shoved in modules differently, timed differently, examined slightly differently.
Right.
But it all kind of has to match, like, sort of, like, GMC, like, General Medical Council, sort of, like, what they need out of a doctor to, like, be, like, considered a qualified doctor by the end of the test. So you kind of have to tick those boxes off when you structure your course as a uni if you want to be GMC accredited.
Right. Yeah.
So all unis who are GMC accredited have similar like sort of teaching things in them. Like you have to have learned the same things before you qualify as a doctor. So for example, like learning how to take bloods or cannulate and stuff like that.
It's I'm squeamish.
I really wish you were, and I would take bloods from you.
Bro, I just shrivel up. It's just like
you have good veins. It would be fun to like take.
That's just weird to me.
I know, and that's the kind of weird.
You
this,
can
you know,
have
you
a
asked,
good vein.
Yeah, you asked earlier, like when your medical students is like when you're sat at a dinner table and your friend turns around and like I think one of my friends had like sleeves rolled up and it was warm, so like veins were kind of popping.
Yeah.
She turns around and she goes, "Oh, I'd love to stab that vein," and it's like. That's normal when you're surrounded by medical students, but if anyone else heard that, it would be very weird.
Yep.
And also, like, normal people look at, like, guys with veins or whatever, just being like, oh, that's attractive. No, medical students would be like, ooh, juicy vein to, like, take blood from.
Yeah, that sounds like I'm accountable. That's mad. Okay.
Juicy vein to take blood from, not, like...
Yeah, but that sounds... Like, okay, right.
Even, like, you kind of do look for that in patients because like older patients have like less easy access to
you can't see it, right?
Yeah, you can. They're just a bit more like harder to like take blood from and stuff. When you're in wards, you kind of learn that, and a lot of your patients are older because we have an aging population, so and they tend to get sick more often. So
now, what are your goals and aspirations for after university, my friend?
I didn't even finish telling you about what happened after COVID. Or are we done with that?
Did you? Oh, you still
I did.
Go on.
I was just gonna say, it was a big transition, but it was kind of nice to like be out of the sort of woods of COVID because my plans for my gap year kind of went to.
What were your plans for your gap year?
I wanted to travel. I wanted to go to Norway.
Ah.
I wanted to go to like different places in my gap year, and that didn't happen obviously because of COVID. But it was fine.
It was stunted. You can still do that eventually.
No,
in that whole year.
Yeah. Now I'm just kind of... We went to Norway.
We went to Greece.
I went to Cyprus. I went to Cyprus. And I went to Norway last summer. Yes. That was appalling for me, I can't even lie. I went to Greece. I've never been to Greece.
Yeah, Cyprus, bro. Yeah, you went to Cyprus.
Mm. You went to Norway that summer as well.
We went to Norway in September.
That summer, yeah. And then...
Went to India before that.
Yeah, we travelled quite a lot that summer.
Yeah.
I do want to...
went back to Malta.
I do want to go to Paris this summer. That's on my list. It's Olympic year in Paris, I think.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I think it'll be nice. We haven't been since we were like children.
I went when I was 6.
Yeah, you don't even remember it.
I do. I have a picture in
front
of the
but you
Eiffel
literally
Tower.
always say, if I don't remember it, it didn't happen.
Yeah, I remember it now. Right, I remember it now. It's fine.
I think we should go. I think it'll be fun.
I don't... What did you do in Paris, though? Like, apart from eat croissants and look at the... No, I'm not even trying to be like that. And go to the art museum.
Yeah, that's quite...
That's all I'd want to do.
Yeah, you would enjoy that, though. And the Eiffel Tower,
Plus, I feel like French people look down on you, like when you speak English as well, yeah.
No, yeah. I do think their culture is a bit different to ours. I'll put it like that. 100%. I don't want to be like rude to any cultures in particular. But I think because I go to uni in such a like multicultural place, you do see that like stereotypes are not always true. Yeah, okay, the general vibe might be kind of still there, but like stereotypes are not always true and people do come out of those stereotypes. I mean, like we have stereotypes as Indian people who migrated to India.
Yeah, I mean, I've spoke about a lot with the boys.
I saw that.
Curry muncher, everything.
Yeah, I saw that.
Not an insult. I love curry.
Fair. But there's a lot of stereotypes that come with cultures, and I think it's nice to like sort of you explore the place before you make your own mind up. I think everyone has different experiences.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it's nice that I have friends that I can sort of like kind of trust to like be my little tour guide. Like when I went to Cyprus, I went to see a friend in Cyprus, so I got quite lucky. Like I had a place to stay. She took me around everywhere.
Yeah, big up if you're watching this.
And it would be the same if I went to Paris or the south of France because I have friends there who have accommodation there. And like even Italy, I want to go to Italy. I have friends in Italy. So I think my bucket list is slowly becoming shaped to like
your friends.
No,
nice.
It's just places that I know that I would have like people to like.
Yeah, your friends then, bro. That's what I'm saying.
But it's nicer, no? Like you can be like, oh, you can show me the good spots. Like you can speak the native language, so like you talk and I'll just be quiet.
Yeah,
like
for me, it's just
sorted.
Going up and down the country then with the boys then.
No, you could do that, but you can also just come with me. And when you go to uni, you never know who you're going to meet. You
That's
never
true,
know.
that's
You
true,
literally
that's
never
true,
know.
that's true.
So, yeah. That's
But
why I always encourage
speaking
it.
about university, well, what are the goals and aspirations for after university, after you have graduated?
Get into an F1 program somewhere.
People.
Oh, right, yeah, no. So after you graduate medicine, you do foundation year 1 and foundation year 2. So you get into a teaching hospital in the country somewhere, like in the UK somewhere, if you have a British degree, like me. So you apply to do that in your 5th year, and you get your posting before you finish 5th year, because you finish 5th year in like March, graduate in like July, and then you're working in like August.
That's nice, isn't it? Quite a little break.
I think there's like about 3 weeks where you don't have anything to do in 5th year, like as a break.
Very intense then.
So yeah, then you start, and like I think it used to be like a ranking system how you got assigned to places. Now they've changed it into like a lottery system. So it's first come, first served kind of vibes. It's just a bit yeah. They said they did it to like reduce competition, and like it wasn't
Just
really
chuck
fair.
you anywhere,
and-
basically.
Yeah, they could, which is why I keep prefacing to you and Dad, like I have no idea where I'm gonna end up.
I mean, you like travelling.
I do.
You could get a nice new place and...
I mean, yeah, I was like, even if I go to I was saying to Dad I could get a flat in Manchester, it'd be nice, but
I don't like...
no. Okay. It's a nice city, I don't know why you don't like
F1,
Yeah.
foundation,
Year
F2,
1.
right. So
And
what
then
else?
foundation
What
year
other than medicine, let's put that aside. What other goals and aspirations? Let's actually fully pinpoint what other goals and aspirations are. Because it's on your mind right now. Your frontal lobe is fully covered with medicine.
Oh, apparently not. Oh, wait, right. My frontal lobe just... Oh, I thought you were going to say my frontal lobe's fully developed, and I was like, oh, apparently not, but okay. Apparently it takes up till 35.
Fun medicine facts. Is
For me,
actually
for me,
true.
for-
Speak about school environment.
Okay, yeah.
Did you always enjoy learning in a school environment?
I am one of those nerds that did, yes.
That
I
was a
think-
really simple answer. I love that. Nice.
I think even like...
She would make herself feel better even when she was ill to
No,
go
I
into school. Pop paracetamol. Oh, I've got fever, bro. I'd be there trying to skive, and she'd be like, "Oh, yeah, no, I'm going in." I'd be like, "Okay, have fun."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I was going to say, you
how it's
know
been
that
for
about
the,
me.
for the longest time, in my opinion. So you've always loved school, and
I
you've always
do.
loved learning.
I mean, I've loved learning. School was separate. Like, I got bullied and shit. I don't like people in school. But learning, yes, I do like learning. Which is odd, because I always struggled with it as well.
Yeah.
Being, like...
How did you like
Sort of
something like that, though? I
neurodivergent.
don't understand.
I think each to their own. I just liked... I don't know, I just enjoyed... I think it's the satisfaction that comes with if you learn something really well. You've unlocked sort of a new sort of, like, thing in your brain.
Brainwave.
No, but, like, it's like, oh, I've acquired this piece of knowledge. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
and
get
I've
that.
unlocked it, and, like, I
That's
love...
why you like reading as well.
I do. I've always liked reading since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's always like, for me, if I like put stuff together and it makes sense, it's almost like I'm connecting the dots. That's why I love medicine. It's all
Problem
about
solving.
like sort of connecting the dots and problem solving, I guess.
It's all linking up, lads.
Yeah, and I love when like there's a eureka moment when it clicks, and that gives me so much satisfaction. Like, oh, massive dopamine release.
I feel like that with photography as well. Like, getting certain viewpoints, angles, everything like that. And then, but because once you get that shot, like, it's
It's
done.
a satisfaction.
Yeah,
of,
it's like, but
seeing
that
the
always
final
happens,
product.
like, at the last 5 or 6 shots.
Yeah. But it's the same for me. It's like, oh, you work really hard all year and I don't see the efforts pay off until my exams, for example. I mean, it's not the greatest measure of, like, my intellect, I'll be very honest. I think examinations are a
It's
bit...
literally just memory tests, in my opinion.
Some of it, but not medicine. You kind of have to use your brain as well. But I do get what you mean. Like, I don't think... I don't
I meant
love...
exams or in general.
Yeah, I don't love that, like, examinations don't really test people more than just, like, retaining information a lot of the time. But
Fully.
you see that satisfaction. But it's also when your, like, lecturers sit there and tell you, look, oh, like, you're displaying, like, attributes of someone that I think is a really good doctor, or, like, you know, you're getting there, like,
you
the way
must
you
get
talk,
gassed, you must
the way
get
you
gassed,
carry
yeah.
yourself, like, the bits that you're putting together, like, when you do that and it's coming from someone who's a doctor who's got the experience, it's always, like, it's really nice. Like, at the beginning of this year, I think one of my favorite professors is, you know, my anatomy professor. We went to, like, pay a visit because we don't really have anatomy sessions anymore, which is quite sad. But we don't really need them anymore because we had them all throughout first and second year. So we went to pay him a visit, and we were just talking about placement, and he was, because he's our head of year this year, and he gave us a talk at the beginning of this year where he said, real this year.
Nice.
It's like, you kind of decide whether or not you want to be a doctor because you're on placements. You kind of really get a feel for the job. So if you like what you're doing on placement, you're more, like, you're bound to kind of like what you're gonna do as a doctor in the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, and we paid him a visit, and he asked like, how's it going, like, since my talk, like, how have you guys been finding placements? And I was like, it's actually really good, I'm actually really enjoying it. And it kind of reaffirmed to me that I am right, that I do want to do this job, you know? And he literally looked at us and he was like, oh, do you remember those little timid first years that walked into my anatomy lab? Like, look at them now, bouncing off the walls, telling me, like, about different patient cases and telling me their judgment calls and, like, what they think, like, you know, went right, went wrong. And he was just like, he was gushing with a bit of pride to be like, oh, you've come so far.
I feel like you've always had that with teachers.
I do. I think I got quite lucky with some of the teachers I've had along the way.
Yeah, fully. I got stiffed. But yeah, no. So when did you know you wanted to be in the medical field? Like, has that always been a ingrained thing?
When I was little, yeah. Since I was little, I think it came from like watching external sort of like influences. Mum was a big driving force.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Have I not told you that before?
In general, like childhood.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like, she'd always, like, encourage my dreams to be a doctor. Not, like, force it on me or anything, but, like, very much encouraging of, like, me wanting to be in the medical profession. She thought it was a pretty noble profession. I mean, you know, she always wanted me to go to medical school.
Yeah. I just didn't think it, she didn't mind what career.
I mean, no. I don't think she was like, you have to do one or the other. It was more like a driving force, kind of like, if you want to do this, be real about it. You know? Like, don't mess about, because I messed about a lot as a kid in primary school, which is when you probably don't remember much of my education. Really. You were about yay big. So, you know, that's when I messed about a lot, like from year 1 through to year 5. People would always be like, oh, she has a lot of potential, but she doesn't use it.
Oh. The classic line.
The one line I got from every single teacher, and I'd love to.
Did you actually mess about though?
I probably not really. I just didn't. I didn't pay attention in class. I really had a short attention span. I didn't learning maths, for example. I still hate maths. You know, I hate math. So just little things. I just never applied myself. Like, if I actually paid attention and applied myself, I probably would have been better. But I just didn't have the desire to. And sort of like, mum and dad have always been quite like, oh, do what you can do. Like, you don't have to take it as seriously. Like, it's like, yeah, if you want to do it, do it. If you don't kind of thing. They were never like, you have to study X amount of hours a day and you have to be good at this and you have to get these great. Never was I ever told that by dad or mum. Even now, dad, like, I find it quite funny. He does not ask me like about revision and stuff. He's just like, I have faith you'll be fine. You know what I mean? So parents never put the pressure on me, but I always, like, as far back as I can remember, I've wanted to be a doctor. The only other thing I remember having as a possibility was being a vet, because I loved animals. I still do. But I think I was just like...
That it stood out to you.
I think the thing that, like, changed my mind on it is that I was like, people can talk, and I like talking kind of thing. Like, being able to have a conversation with someone else. Yeah. Like, oh, you can tell me... Thing, no, even in, like, a real, like, any sort of setting, you still talk to your patients. Like, if you're a consultant of any kind, you're still talking to them. You can tell me what's wrong. Do you know what I mean? Which is also why I don't want to do pediatrics, I think. Because kids can't tell me what's wrong, and that freaks me out a bit. But, like, you can tell me where it hurts. Like, if I'm like, does it hurt? You can be like, yes. Do you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. What, kids don't do that?
I mean, if they can't, like... If they're really young, no? Like, if they're babies, they can't speak. They don't... Yeah,
so you have to figure out.
Yeah, which is scary, and yes.
Surely that's more fulfilling, then.
I mean, there was a time when I wanted to be a paediatrician, but...
No, those times have gone.
Long gone.
But anyway, mate, thanks for coming on the podcast. How was the experience? Good? Yes,
I hope you think what I said was good.
How was the experience?
It was good. I like talking to you. But I mean, good. I like talking to you full stop. You're my brother.
Yeah, anyway. Right, I'll hopefully see you again soon and get you on for another episode. But yeah, take it easy and all the best for your future endeavours.
Roy, we live in the same house.
I say that to everyone.
Okay.